From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. I'm D. Ray Knight, and this is what's going on. Here's the latest on the war in Ukraine. Russian forces were pounding Ukrainian cities in a bombardment that deepened the humanitarian crisis as the countries kept open a narrow diplomatic channel with more planned talks. Shortly before dawn on Tuesday, large explosions thundered across Kyiv as Russia pressed its advance on multiple fronts. A projectile slammed into a 15-story apartment building, and at least one person there died. An aide to President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukrainian and Russian negotiators planned to meet again on Tuesday. The U.S. said Russia would have to show signs of de-escalation to demonstrate good faith. In news closer to home, the Department of Veterans Affairs has released its set of recommendations for the future of veteran care in the U.S. following years of research and analysis. For South Dakota, the Asset Infrastructure Review Report recommends building a new VA health system in Rapid City while closing the Wagner Clinic and the Fort Meade Hospital. The report, released Monday, was issued as part of the 2018 Mission Act, which required an assessment of the current and future health care needs of U.S. veterans. The VA predicts that enrollment for veterans across South Dakota will decrease in the next 10 years. Residents of Piedmont and Summerset are considering school expansion. Amy Rose has more.
The Meade 46-1 School Board held a public forum last night to take comments and suggestions on the predicted future growth in the Piedmont and Summerset area. Some are wondering if a new high school may be needed, and Superintendent Don Kierkegaard says that would be a tough sell on a bond issue, and cash to build one isn't available. There is an elementary and middle school in Piedmont, Summerset, and the district is looking towards the future, recently purchasing property near the newly built Stage Barn Middle School.
A South Dakota House committee examining whether Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg should be impeached for his conduct after killing a pedestrian with his car in 2020 is planning to wrap up its investigation. But fresh allegations are swirling about the Attorney General from one of Governor Kristi Noem's top officials. House lawmakers met in a closed-door session to discuss how to deliver a report on their investigation. But their decision may be complicated by a letter that Noem's public safety secretary sent to the House Speaker on Wednesday. It irked some members of the committee as an intrusion into their deliberations. In national and international news, Russian President Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine and his push to upend a broader security order in Europe may lead to a historic shift in American thinking about defense of the continent. Depending on how far Putin goes, this could mean a buildup of U.S. military power in Europe not seen since the Cold War. Former U.S. Ambassador to Russia, Alexander Vershbo, argues that the United States will need a more muscular stance to deal with a more threatening Russia. That is especially so in Eastern Europe. Police have arrested a man for stalking and killing homeless people in 2 cities. Amy Rose explains.
Police say they arrested a suspected gunman who's been stalking homeless men asleep on the streets of New York City and Washington, D.C., killing at least 2 people and wounding 3 others in less than 2 weeks. The Metropolitan Police Department announced early today on Twitter that law enforcement arrested the suspect in Washington, D.C., and he was being interviewed by police. Police in the 2 cities earlier released multiple surveillance photographs, including a close-up snapshot clearly showing the man's face, and urged people who might know him to come forward.
Your forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Sunny and nice today with a high of 64. Tonight's low, 40. And that was your Daily Slice for Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose and Chrissy Davies. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.